If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need in one place. In fact, this season of Millennial and Pregnant was produced and hosted on Anchor. Here's what I love about it. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. This made it easier for me to edit my episodes on the go. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
I'm Brian, and you're listening to Millennial and Pregnant.
As we begin our journey through our first pregnancy, we wanted to share our experience. We pre-recorded episodes for this close-ended series. Spoiler alert, it ends with us having a baby.
And if you're looking to get pregnant, are pregnant, or just want to have a good laugh with us, then this podcast is for you.
We understand that every pregnancy is unique and has its own story. Here's ours.
We made it to week 22. I cannot believe it is week 22. We're more than halfway through.
Yeah, we're 5 months.
5 months.
So 4 more months.
4 more months to go.
Maybe 4 more months and maybe 2 weeks because everyone keeps saying, it's going to come late. It's going to come late. So
We'll see.
We'll see.
How are you feeling this week?
I am feeling good. I think my energy is back up. However, even though my energy is back up, my body is telling me I can't do everything that I would normally do. So like
I have noticed your energy back, at least
Yeah.
for the past month or two.
Yeah.
It's a lot back. It's
So,
a lot better.
with working busy season, it hasn't been too crazy. But I've been able to still keep up. The only thing is if I'm sitting for too long, I'm having the worst hip pain. I feel like an old lady.
Because
like I'm
it's
waddling around the apartment like an old lady.
Because it's your hip on one side and it's your lower back on the other side. So it's not quite the same area.
I know.
And you don't know how to sit because...
I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, Brian, I don't know whether to sit on this side or this side because my back or my hip might be hurting. So I kind of sacrifice my back a little bit because it's really not that bad. But my hip, I feel like an old lady. And so it's normal. It's, and especially with your first pregnancy, it's just very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so
he's sitting on your pelvis.
Yeah. So that doesn't help. And then especially when you're laying down. So one of my sisters, my oldest sister, she was, she got me this amazing pillow that had these amazing reviews. It has been helping a lot. But still, sometimes if I'm just sitting for like really long during work or, I was on the couch and I was working from home today and then I got up and I was like, nope, this is just not happening. This is just not happening. But, the best thing to do when you're having pain, they said, is just to kind of walk through it. So even though Brian's like, although I'm trying to milk it as much as possible. You're like, I'll get you water. Oh, I can do that. I'm like, no, it's good. I need to walk around. I need to stretch.
You let me. You say, fine.
Okay, we'll talk about this when we get to the third trimester. And I'm like, yeah, you could just do everything for me. But I was like, for now, I'll wait till I really, really, really can't do anything. So although my energy is back, my body's saying, oh, but hold up, girl. Like, you can't do everything that you thought you could do. So even though I thought I could just go jump and go to the gym with you this morning, it was like, maybe it's best that I just kind of stay home and I just did my stretches and my squats and stuff when I was here at the house. So
yeah,
that's kind of how I've been feeling.
And I've noticed, at least, now that we're in the second trimester, but now we're nearing the third trimester, but I've been noticing a lot of food cravings from you, and that's going to be our topic today.
I am carrying Brian Marquis' kid. We don't even need a paternity test because the amount of sweets
this child wants sweets
that I want to have is insane. I don't know if there's a connection. Maybe that I have to look up.
It's genetic. I get it from Nana.
Yes, because I'm always like, Nana, his 96-year-old grandmother, do you want to have some coffee with your sugar? Because she'll just pour and pour.
She'll hold the spoon over her coffee, pouring the sugar on the spoon. The spoon piles up, and the sugar just keeps falling over the spoon, but also into the coffee, and she just keeps pouring it.
So whenever we go bring her Dunkin' Donuts, we would get it with like a lot of sugar and just bring her. But like, you know what? She's 96 years old. She can have as much sugar as she wants. I think she might have said that Auntie Jean or someone was trying to regulate her sugar intake. I was like, let the lady have whatever she wants. Like, she deserves it. And then we would always bring a donut with her, and she would love that. Have some frosting on her face. And have to tell her to wipe it off. She's like, I'm saving it for later. But yeah, you're eating a lot of sweets, and it's not like a disgusting amount of sweets. You're probably now on my level of sweet eating, because you're not a person that eats sweets a lot. If anything, I like salty food.
Exactly.
Like on a normal day, if you put a donut or a bag of chips, I'm probably going to pick the bag of chips. Yeah. But now,
like those Maui onion chips you finished off last night after we got back.
And then Brian goes, can I have some of those chips? Like, he was afraid that I was going to like bite his hand off. It's like, yeah, you could have some. There's like 2 of them in here. So take one and leave me the last one. But you could have one. So now, like, if I had to choose between chips or a donut, I'm picking both.
Exactly.
But I'm probably going to eat the donut first. Exactly. And then I eat the chips.
Yeah, no, but you're having a lot of cravings lately. But it was really funny in the beginning. At least the first, was it week 6? 6, 7, 8, the whole month of October. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
October was rough.
You had so many food aversions. And I started making a list on my phone.
Which I had no clue he was making.
I started making a list with dates. And it was mostly from starting October 6th all the way through the 28th of October. There's quite a handful of food here that, we made for dinner or we had snack, and you were just like, nope. So I'm going to go through this. So first started with chicken enchiladas we made beginning of October. This was, I think, right around the same time that we went to the doctor to confirm you were pregnant. So that's October 6th. And I made chicken enchiladas. You took maybe 1 or 2 bites, and you're like, nope.
And usually I can have like
and she loved it's covered in cheese. She was going to eat it.
Oh my God.
Regardless.
It's amazing. I usually can eat. This is one of my favorite dishes.
Yeah. And then I think I might have I may have had guacamole with that, but I have another note here but also possibly all Mexican food is out of the window.
This is really
at
weird
that point.
For me.
And I don't know why I wrote that note, but Mexican food was not in your
one of the things I wanted.
Yeah. However, we did get back to enchiladas at the end of December. We made it for my parents in New Hampshire. So I think we're back on Mexican food, because now you're just like, you will eat anything at this point. Then a few days later, you love your Nature Valley bars. And
I have one usually have one every day.
Every day with lunch. And you had it on the 8th of October, and you took 1 bite, and you were like, nope. Just like, couldn't eat it. And she gets the I love Nature Valley, like the peanut butter or the chocolate and peanut butter ones.
Yeah.
Fatima gets the fruit and nut ones. So like, I don't even like eating her Nature Valley bar, so I couldn't even eat it for her. But I'm like, I can't even do that either. And then on the 9th, no creamy cheeses at all. And I should have wrote down what we were having.
I know what we had. We made the cauliflower mash.
Oh,
and it had ricotta cheese in it. And I said, what is in this?
Yeah.
Because it just wouldn't settle with my stomach well. And then we had leftovers, and I said, okay, I'll try.
So much.
I said, I'll try it again. Nope.
You did not like that. And then you for sure you tried coffee. I think you tried to have you still tried to have coffee just to just until you had to stop drinking coffee. You were an addict. So then you stopped coffee altogether about in mid-October. But then the last thing that you had a food aversion to was Brussels sprouts. And that was on October 28th. We made Brussels sprouts, and you were like, nope, you didn't even like the smell of it cooking. You already knew you weren't
it was
gonna
the
like
smell. Your sense of smell really does heighten. And Brussels sprouts has a weird smell, but we would, we put the Parmesan cheese on there.
Yeah.
After a while, I was
tastes like a Brussels sprout.
You're like, this is not a Brussels sprout. This is like them, masking something. But I couldn't get past, you still can't get rid of the smell. And I could not get past the smell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a no. That's a hard no.
So now you don't really have any food aversions. And we were kind of going around the internet. We found this site called health.com, and they have different myths about food while you're pregnant. And the first myth is it's time to eat up. Eating for two is pretty much a myth. It's not until your second trimester you're really starting to eat, which I've been noticing. You eat a lot of food to begin with. But
though I'm really tiny,
a lot.
I'm a small person, but I eat. I didn't get my nickname from nowhere. Like, I like to eat normal size meals.
Right.
And then I didn't feel like my appetite was changing too much for the first trimester. But now, like, just over the last couple of weeks, I feel like I can eat enough for two people. Yeah,
that's when you really started to crave the sweets and a lot of things that you were craving besides the sweets. Anything sour. Remember, we were in New Hampshire. And you got those. You got a bag of sour worms.
I got a pound of sour candy, all sour.
Rainbow. Those rainbow things. Everything sour.
Everything sour with the sugar that falls off of it. Kind of candy.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Everything looks so good to me, and I got a whole pound. And I think you had a couple of them. You're like, "Ooh, this is good."
Yeah.
But then that was it. That's all that you have. I ate the rest of it.
And then you really were craving Pop-Tarts for that week.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
But anyone, if you hear this, we hadn't had it in forever, and you're probably hearing this, and you're like, you know what? I haven't had Pop-Tarts in forever too.
So
I'm gonna
go get yourself a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
With the icing.
Usually, and what am I? I'm super picky. And we had the strawberry ones with the icing.
Those are the best.
Why would you get no icing? We got the classic strawberry ones, and usually I'm so picky. I say, "Oh, I need to have them warmed up." Nope.
No, you ate them cold.
I ate them cold.
I love them cold.
I love them hot, but I didn't even need them to be hot. That's how good they tasted to me. And then there was something weird also. I think we were watching the Food Network, and they were frying something up.
Yeah, and that's when you were craving the fried food. So that's when we made our fried Oreos. I went out, got Oreo. We had pancake mix already, so that was just easy to do. Just dunk the Oreo in pancake batter and drop it in some hot oil, and there you go, your fried Oreos.
Then we made them the next day, too.
And you made them the next day, yeah. And so we got through the whole thing of Oreos, which was only 2 days.
But I've always loved Oreos. But yeah, those fried were so good that night.
Yeah, you were.
You were such a good husband. He went out. I think he mostly also wanted the fried
Oreos.
And he's also been banned from making fried Oreos. So the fact that I gave him the green light to make them, although I was there supervising him. Because the first time Brian made fried Oreos, he has scars from the oil because he didn't know how to handle it.
It's a long story. Yeah, but I was about to clean the pot, and I was holding it.
Oil was still hot.
I had the pot of oil, and the water was rushing, and I moved the pot under the water because I think I was looking at my phone or something, and all of a sudden it just starts exploding in the sink, and that's when I got all my scars.
And that's when I banned him.
And that's when I was banned. Was it that, or was it when I started the fire? I don't
that
know.
Too. After a while, I banned him from everything fried because he almost burned down the kitchen and burned off his arm because of it. It's like, Brian, you just can't do that. And I'm not my sisters always make fun of me. They're like, what'd you do? You burned yourself? You cut yourself? Because that's kind of me in the kitchen. But Brian had to be pretty bad for me to ban him from something.
Yeah, exactly. And rice. But now I'm back to making rice.
Yeah, I'll let you make
fried
rice.
Oreos at least. And then you're also craving yogurt, I think, just as a snack.
Yeah, I love the Chobani Flip yogurts. It's probably one of the most unhealthy ones that you could possibly get with the sugar and stuff. Because I get the s'mores.
Greek yogurt. It should be healthy.
The yogurt's fine, and then something. Once again, my sweet tooth is coming back, and that's all I want. That's what I love to snack on is a yogurt. It's cold, so sometimes if I'm overheating, it helps with that. And plus, yogurt is actually one of the superfoods or the foods that you should have when you're pregnant. So I'm like, win-win. I get some sweets, I get some yogurt in there.
Exactly.
All as well.
And another good thing, when you're pregnant is the B12 vitamin. So we're making sure you're eating a lot of chicken, a lot of meat, eggs. We don't really have a lot of dairy unless it's cheese. But you have your almond milk.
I do have my almond milk.
Dairy, but
yeah. I'm trying to think.
You're also lactose intolerant, so.
So yeah, I try not to have too much dairy. But I still have, I probably still eat the same amount of cheese. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't say no to cheese. That would be really sad. If that was a food aversion, I would cry. I would probably fight through it.
You had cheese?
If I couldn't have cheese, if cheese, like all types of cheese turning me off, I would be really sad.
Yeah. And I think that's it for what you've been craving. And you haven't had any food aversions. You just have, now you have multiple breakfasts. You'll have multiple lunches.
I know. This morning, Brian.
What did I tell you that you could do for breakfast?
Oh, he asked me, hey, I'm going to make eggs with English muffins. Do you want two of them? I was like, no, I don't need two of them. Looking at him like he's crazy. Like, what do you think this is? And so he had made him egg one and me one, and then he also had like one with like peanut butter and jelly on it. So I finished my egg sandwich. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hungry. So I go to get up to make some more. He's like, oh, once again he's stopping me. So I didn't really stop him this morning from doing anything for me. And I was like, oh, I'm still hungry. I'm gonna make myself an English muffin. He's like, oh, I'll make it. He's like, what do you want in it? So I had some some sugar and cinnamon and butter on it. So good. And then I finished that. I'm like, oh, I'm still really hungry. So then I was like, how much almond milk we had? He got me more Cheerios. And so I had a bowl of Cheerios.
With like
and then I was still hungry, but I had to stop. I had to stop. I probably could have had something else. I forgot we
And his English muffin is tiny.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need food to process a little bit. At that point, I was like, oh, am I hungry? Or am I just getting sick from eating so much? But I probably could have had, if anything, a smoothie or some fresh fruit. Because I like to eat a lot, but I can't eat a lot of the same thing. It turns me off. To this point, pregnant or not, I need variety. So the fact that I had 3 different breakfasts was perfect. I couldn't have had like 3 different English muffins with eggs on it.
Right.
It would just turn me off. I need to have something else to break it up.
Exactly. So you usually have your cereal in the morning, but when you go to work, what did I say you're allowed to have? You're allowed to have
a bagel
every day.
Yeah. So I have so I would have cereal. So I had 2.
I was like, don't feel guilty.
That's normally
if
what
you're
I
hungry,
do.
You should eat.
Yeah. I'll have my cereal in the morning, then I'll go to work, have a bagel or another oatmeal, and then I make a smoothie. So I'll have the smoothie by around like 11 o'clock. But in between that, I have like an apple or banana or both. And then lunchtime comes, and then, snacking throughout the day. But it's gotten a lot worse. I'm actually thinking what else I need to get from the store tonight to make sure I have like enough snacks to like hold me over. Especially like breakfast time is really what's been killing me. Probably more because I was fine during the day. I probably ate for lunchtime as a normal person. But breakfast, I think just sleeping and not having anything to eat for the 8 hours. Oh my God, I want everything in the world.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to start getting you oatmeal. That'll be packed with some iron.
Oatmeal, and just
whole
and
grains.
Just fruit. I just been trying to, if I'm hungry. One of the people I worked with, she's like, who was pregnant just like 2 years ago. She's like, apples saved my life. And it's so true. When you're hungry and you just need something to hold you all over right before you get a meal. So I just throw apple in my bag every day.
They're packed with fiber.
And they really, really, really do help. And in between those meals, and it's a good snack to have.
Yeah. So I guess if anyone's out there listening and you've had some crazy cravings, food aversions, or even tips for Fatima on how to keep eating.
I think, now it's like, you can have a little more fun in your second to third trimester. Your appetite is going to increase a lot, but just given to some of those cravings, that's fine to have the sugar, but just making sure that you make those smart decisions too. And I was happy that someone told me the apples really help, fruit and stuff, just have that. But then don't be afraid to have that Snicker bar or those Pop-Tarts, because that's okay too. I mean, if you're gonna do it
in
now,
moderation.
Yeah, right.
I want to avoid those
exactly
diabetes during pregnancy.
Exactly. Always talk to your doctor about what you should be eating and your the recommendations that they have. But
true. Good advice.
Yeah. I try. Disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly.
But, thank you so much for listening. And hopefully this helped someone, and that, like Brian said, send us any comments that you might have to kind of help me through the rest of our second trimester.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Millennial and Pregnant.
Please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss another episode.
To follow our journey in real time, head over to liliesandloafers.com.